In this video, we'll be creating an on-click pop-up. Now, what is an on-click pop-up? For me, I call it an on-click on-page pop-up. It's not automatic, which means it doesn't just pop up onto the website at any time. You can choose any website out there, go to it, and at one stage, you're going to see a pop-up just appear there. That is an automatic pop-up. And on-click, the user, me, you, we have to click on something, and then it appears. I often do that when I work with team members like this. Someone wants to know more about Henry Small. Well, a visitor wants to know more about Henry Small. They click on it, and then you get additional information about him in a pop-up. I like to do that to put more context into lower levels so that my page is still nice and clean like this. But if I want to give more information about him, then people can click on it. And that's what we're going to do when people click on Henry Small. This pop-up is going to open. Just like in the previous video, we're going to take it step by step because this is absolutely not intuitive. And you're going to see this one is even less intuitive. Great feature, not that great execution, but well, this is what we work with. And you'll see as you work more and more with it, the more confident you will become in this. My only gripe is here, often when you do this kind of thing like a pop-up, you do it once in a while, especially if you're just making one website. If you come back after a few months, you've forgotten how you do it. Trust me, I work with this stuff all the time. From one week to the next, I forget. Let's create the pop-up first. To the top left corner, click on Canvas Grid View. And here we have the canvas, the notice that we have created, and then the Add Canvas, which is what we're going to do here. Click on Add Canvas. Give it a name, and I'll call this Team Pop-Up 1 because this will be Henry. Let's give it Henry. The more descriptive this name is, the easier it is for you to identify it once you assign this pop-up. Just like before, I'm just going to say Add Canvas. I'm not going to mess around here first because I want to come back so you can also get used to coming back and going into the settings. Click on Add Canvas, and this is where we start. I'm going to build out a quick section for Henry. Select the section. First one I will look for is an image, and now we just build it like before. Then I'll add a heading. I'll just bring in quickly this heading, and then below the heading we'll bring in some text to talk more about awesome Henry. Click on the image, change out the image. Where is Henry? Over here, Henry Small. And I'm going to leave it like that. What we can do is go to Design, Sizing. Yes, alignment, put it in the middle. I never know. Then we do the same for the title. We call him again Henry Small. And same, we put alignment to the middle. And then here we can add nice amount of text about Henry. Select all the text and I'll paste some text here about Henry that I've generated with our good cousin, Gemini. Now that we have this, let's quickly just style it out to make it look good. I'm going to grab the row, settings for the row, sizing, and I'll put that on 50%. Bring it in a little bit and just make sure 50% still works here, but on the phone, I will take that up to 85%. Good. We go back to desktop. I'll select the section and I'm going to make this full height so it stretches the entire monitor from the top to the bottom. And we do that by going to sizing and height. We put it on 100 VH, which is viewport height, and enter. And once we've done that, the blue bar and the blue box now stretches the entire monitor area. With the section still selected, layout, and then justify content, we put it on the y-axis, center. Now everything is nicely centered. So that we can see how this looks, I will again select the row, content, background, and give it our bright snow background so we can see at least something is going on there. And then design, because it doesn't look good, and most of the time that means space. Padding, let's give it like 35 pixels all around. 35 and 35 at the left and the right. That looks much better. This is what we've created, and I'll go again step by step through this so we understand what's going on. Let's save this first. Unlike the previous tutorial where that little notice box is there from the beginning, this one we do not want there from the beginning. We want it to appear when someone clicks on Henry Small and then go away with another click. Now we have to create that interaction on our home canvas or on the About page canvas. Click on Canvas Grid View, select About Us. This is where we are. Scroll down. And the great thing is I can link basically anything. So instead of putting a button here and linking it to Henry Small, I'm going to link the entire column. To access the column, we have to go to Layers, and then where are we? This section, click on this image and it opens up for me the column, and I'll select the column. This is strictly not a link. It's going to be a click to the canvas, and that is an interaction. With the column selected, make sure it's selected. You can see here in the top right corner, it also says column. Then we go to Advanced and we go to Interactions, click on Add Interaction. What we want is for people to click on that section, that column of Henry Small. So we select click. We give it a label. I'll just call it Henry Small, just for my reference. The event is already locked in because we selected click. And what I want to do is once people click on it, I want that canvas to become visible. You may want to say toggle visibility, but that's not the one that we want here. We want it to show an element. And here, element may also be confusing. You will think it's something like an image, a module, but it can be all the way up to a section. And that's what we want. We want the entire canvas. So we're going to say show element. Then we have to choose which one, target module. And we look for that canvas we've created. Scroll down. Here is our previous notice. And here is Team Popup 1 Henry. And I'll select the whole section. That's what I want to see. And that is everything. Right. So click Save. Now we've added this interaction to this entire column. In the back end, we're not going to see it, so we need to hop on to the front end. The front end is open. I will deactivate Pixify. Reload the page. There's our little pop-up. Let me just reload the page. And we scroll down. And as I hover over Henry Small, you will see we have that little hand that indicates to us that this is clickable. When I go over to Hestifuri, we can see nothing because we haven't set up any interaction for these two mamparas. Before we go to Henry Small, I want you to keep on scrolling down. What? Yeah, what? So this is what I told you about execution. Yeah, I don't want to go into this because this is just how it works, and there's nothing, absolutely nothing that we can do except maybe contact the support at Divi all the time and say, isn't there a better way? But this is the current way. So let me walk you through what happened here and then how we go about making sure this doesn't appear. We don't want this at the bottom of the page. What we want is that when I click on Henry Small, it appears. If I click, will something happen? And the answer is no, because it's already on the page. So even I click on it, absolutely not what we want. Now you may think I'm screwing up here. Trust me, this is the way. And now we go and fix it. Go back into the Divi Builder. The first thing you have to know is that when you have a canvas like this one that we've created here, and you create an interaction on your page, like with this column we've created here, the moment you link that interaction to a target module, like we did here with the section under our Henry Small Team Popup, like we did here, it brings that canvas onto the page in the front end. That's just how it's going to work. And that is what we see here. There's some technical mumbo jumbo why that happens. The support tried to explain it to me. My question was to them, but why? But anyway, that's how it is. Now we need to go and give our canvas a little bit of tender loving care to make sure that doesn't happen. Jump back to our canvases, click on Canvas Grid View, select Henry Small. And how we do this is that we are going to hide it. Before we start with that, we also need to position this. And that is similar to what we done in the previous video. Click on this section, go to Advanced, and select Position. Do you remember what we did in the previous one? Under Position, we selected Fixed. And this time we can just select this one in the middle to make sure it's nicely fixed to the middle. Click on Save, go to the front end, and refresh. And now you see, as I scroll, that canvas is there fixed. And this is kind of the idea of a pop-up, but it still appears, and I don't want it to appear. Right, so that's the other one you have to remember about the fixed positioning. Go back into Divi. With our Henry Small canvas open, we have to give it a setting of invisibility. Basically telling it when we create that interaction, you should not be visible. You should only be visible when I click on the interaction, which is kind of what I think should be the standard, but that's how it is, like I said. Under Advanced, with your section selected, you go to Visibility and you disable it on all these devices. What an annoying setup. All my content becomes grayed out. And that means if I come back in the future and I want to make changes here and I want to see it, how it will look in the front end, I first have to turn this off again, and then later I have to come back and turn it on again. Well, now that we've turned it on, click on Save, go to the front end and refresh. And now it's not there. It is there, but to see it, you have to now click on Henry Small. Click on Henry Small, and now it's still in the back. And do you remember how we bring it to the front? Go back into it with your canvas open. Go to the top left-hand corner where the drop-down is. Hover over Team Popup 1 Henry. Select Settings and give it a Z index. This time I'll just go ahead and give it 1,000. I think the previous one was 999. So I'll just say this one is 1,000. Save. Front end. Refresh. Okay, we start again. Click on Henry Small. And there we go. We have our pop-up. But we have a problem now. I cannot close this pop-up. There are a number of ways you can do this. Back into Divi, the close will always put on the pop-up, on the canvas in this case. Let's just bring it back to full visibility so we can see better. The one way you can do this is by bringing in a dedicated button for close. I'll just quickly show you how to do that. Go here to the bottom, select Button, click on Button, select the button. Let's change the text first and say Close. With the button still selected, go to Advanced and we add another interaction. Add interaction. Again, if someone clicks on the button, and then it will hide the element. Which element? This element. So we have to still tell it which element. We go to, where is this one? Where's Henry? Where? Henry's, oh, here at the top. Team Popup 1, Section 1, Henry. And we can, well, I'm just going to give it a number. And then let's say Save. That's the button option. Go to the front. Let's refresh this page. And now the close appears. When I select Close, it closes. Click on Henry Small, it opens. Click on Close, it closes. And that's the pop-up. The other thing you know about pop-ups is that we are very used to the fact that you can just select the canvas and it will close. The way I made this work is by going to our canvas, select the section, add an interaction for the entire section, and select Click. Same thing here. We say Hide Element, and the module again is the section for Team Popup 1 Henry. Then it will close the entire section. I will remove the button, select the button, delete the button, save again. Let's go to the front, refresh. And now when I click on the pop-up, it disappears. The only problem with this one is if you click anywhere on the pop-up, even here, it's going to disappear. So not sure how I can make it work just on the background, something I'll still spend some time on figuring this one out. Currently though, if you want people to click on the section and close it out, this is the way we will do it. But we made it work. I just feel it's not that beginner user friendly. And definitely if you don't spend time and look at tutorials and read up on this, you will have no idea. You will not be able to figure this out by yourself. It's not intuitive at all, but amazing features. And these are just the beginning steps of what you can do with the canvas. There's so much that the canvas brings in that's really, really powerful. We are wrapping up with our course very soon, and this will be the last entry for our canvas area. I will do a canvas mini course in the future. I'm still really struggling with some of the canvas components, like there is a module let me just select here and show you quickly. Let's change the canvas. We go back to the About Us page. There is actually a module called Canvas Portal that you can bring onto the page. When you select the Canvas Portal, from the drop down in the options on the right, you select the one. So I can have the notice and it will bring it onto the page like so. I find this doesn't always work very well for me. And there are many, many issues that I've encountered with the Canvas portal, especially if you try and use it like a global block, which I definitely will recommend you don't do at this moment, because when you try and make changes, it doesn't work. So there's a lot to be ironed out. I'm not seeing lately updates to the canvas. So I'm thinking this is something that still needs work. And definitely it needs more dedicated tutorials, in my opinion, from the Divi team in how they envisioned the canvas area should be used. I've checked the tutorials and I want to be critical because I didn't learn much from it. They skip steps. They don't explain sometimes the visibility thing, and they don't explain the Z-index importance. So I hope this video has helped some, but I really hope that the Divi team themselves can give us some dedicated tutorials and not too complicated stuff for beginners, like how to make an off canvas and blah, blah, blah. Start with the simple stuff, like what is the vision for this and all the use cases that can be utilized for the off canvas or for the canvas option within Divi. I do like it. There's huge potential here. I just think we need a little bit more support from the creators to understand what is our purpose in life. Good. We're done with canvases and we're almost done with this course, Module 2 for Divi 5.